As the story begins, a group of students are shown staying late at school because of their work. They were all friends. While they were working, the lights suddenly went out, and they started feeling bored. Then Shinozaki makes a paper doll and tells a story to all of them in candlelight. A story of a little girl who got missing from an elementary school. People believed that the school was cursed, where first a nurse was murdered strangely, and then 3 children disappeared in a day. 2 of them were found after a few days from the school, and 1 girl is still missing. No one knows where she went. Shinozaki says the interesting thing is that our school has been made after demolishing that elementary school. As she said this, the light came. Meanwhile, their teacher also came there and asked them to go home. Before going, Shinozaki tells everyone, "Hey, wait, listen to the ritual related to that story." It is believed that if the doll of the missing girl is made and some spells are said, and then that doll is held together and torn apart, and its pieces are kept carefully, then the friends who do the ritual will never be separated from each other. If we do this ritual, then we will always be together as we are now. Hearing this, everyone agrees to do the ritual told by her and hold that paper doll together, say some spells, and tear that doll apart. Now everyone was happy but excited that they would always be together. But then suddenly there is an earthquake in their school. The ground started shaking and breaking strangely and terribly. They didn't even get time to run from there, and suddenly everyone got stuck in the ground where they fell. It was a dark place. They saw lights coming far away where they were taken by their teacher and coming here. They know that because of Shinozaki's ritual, they somehow got into the same elementary school whose story she had told. There was no way to go outside. To find out about things, they look around and get a book, which was written about the same ritual, that whoever does that ritual reaches another universe which is just like an elementary school and cursed. In this universe, the story of that girl's disappearance is hidden, about whom no one knows. While studying here, they suddenly heard a strange noise from outside. Immediately, a girl went out to check. Someone hit her head with a hammer, in such a way that her head and face were torn, and she died there. Seeing her terrible death, all the children got scared and ran away from there and separated from each other. Here Naomi had fallen on something. Because of this, she had a sprain in her leg, and when she got up and looked down to see what she had hit, she was shocked to find a decaying body below, covered in crawling insects, and seeing this, she fainted. Seeing this dead body, they also found out that not only they but people had already been trapped there for that ritual, and whoever comes here is killed. Here, Naomi's friend who was with her picks her up and brings her to the medical room. She bandages her. Naomi always had a diary with her. Her friend sees that her diary has fallen somewhere. She goes to find it, and Naomi comes to her senses in the meantime. She felt that her friend had cheated on her and left her there. With difficulty, she gets down from the bed. She found a strange pendant here, which she picked up, and as she picked it up, 2 souls suddenly attacked her. She sees that both the souls were of small children. To get away from them, she ran limping but couldn't go far. She fell on the way, and here she met her friend, because Naomi felt that her friend had left her. And that's why Naomi rebuked her. She doesn't even take her help, and her friend runs away from there sadly. As the other girl left, Naomi started hearing a strange voice. Hearing this, she started having pain in her ears, and then she fainted. On the other side, we are shown Satoshi and her sister. When they were running in the hallway, they saw a lot of corpses in the hallway. Satoshi's sister was very scared to see this. Now she had to go to the washroom. Satoshi takes her to the washroom, but then his sister disappears from there. He was terrified and hadn't quite recovered from the trauma when a soul materialized in front of him whose mouth was bleeding. Seeing this, he got scared and screamed, and that soul also left from there. Here we see Shinozaki was still reading the Sam book and was looking for a way to get out of here. According to this book, she finds out that the nurse and 3 children who were killed by the soul of the school coordinator. One girl was still missing, and when the 2 dead bodies found, their tongues were cut off. No one knows what she did with the 3rd girl. Finally, through this book, she finds out that there is a ritual here by which they can go back to their world, but the page of that ritual was torn from here, and it was difficult for them to do this. They now decide to find that torn page. When Shinozaki comes out of this room, she finds Naomi's diary in the hallway. When she picked up the diary, there was a picture of Naomi and Satoshi in it. They were good friends, but Shinozaki also liked Satoshi. Seeing this picture, she got very angry and she decided to hide this diary. In this diary, Naomi had also kept her doll page. Anyway, after keeping the diary in her pocket, Shinozaki goes to a room with her friend where she sees her other classmate. That classmate was talking to 2 souls here even without being afraid. She made these 2 souls her friends. She wanted to find the reason why these 2 souls are stuck in this world and give comfort to these 2 souls while finding the reason and take them to the world of souls. Shinozaki also tells the same thing to her classmate. Her classmate gets scared seeing these 2 souls. He tells this girl to stay away from these souls. Hearing this, both souls get angry and they vent their anger on their friend, and they pick her up and hit her on the wall so hard that her body divides into pieces and all the pieces stick to the wall. Seeing this, as if both of them were not conscious. The scene cuts, and we are shown Naomi, who was unconscious in the hallway, and now when she regained consciousness, she was in the washroom. When she looked ahead, her friend's dead body was there. It seemed as if she had ended herself. Seeing this, she got very scared. She couldn't understand what had happened to her friend. She was now blaming herself that she had treated her friend so badly that she took her own life in grief. In shock, she sat in the washroom for a long time, and then Satoshi came to her, who was scared because of his sisters missing in the washroom. He sees that Naomi had an injury on her foot. She was not able to walk, so he lifts her up and moves ahead. Here, his old class fellow now comes to the room in which those souls had killed a girl by hitting her on the wall. Seeing the pieces of the girl's body and blood on the wall, he went crazy. Shinozaki and her friend now reached a strange room where a fridge and some tapes were kept. They found some tongues in the fridge. They understood that these tongues belonged to the children whose souls they had seen. They thought that if they gave these tongues to the children, they would be complete and these souls would go back to their world. Here, we see Satoshi's sister, who was followed by the principal soul. To escape from her, she hides in a room. In the same room, the principal's soul sees that crazy boy whom he hits in anger in such a way that his head completely crushes. Seeing this, Satoshi's sister got very scared. Before she could scream, a little girl comes here, saves her and takes her away. The scene cuts and we see Satoshi and Naomi again, who came to the SAM room while walking where Shinozaki was. The tape that Shinozaki received from this room is given to Satoshi, and when he plays it on the computer, he finds out that this video was made by the person who had written that ritual book. Earlier, in that writer's book, it was not told about the disappearance of that girl, and to complete the SAM story, he also came back to this world by doing the SAM ritual because he knew that after knowing the story of that little girl, he would do the ritual again and go back to his world. But unfortunately, as he came here, one of his companions was killed by the principal with a hammer. Seeing this, these 4 children get very scared. After this, the writer says, I will not be able to complete this ritual because to complete this ritual, it is necessary to free all the souls trapped in this world, which I could not do. He had the SAM page in his hand at this time, which had the ritual of going back to the real world. At the end of the video, the writer was killed. But through this video, Satoshi finally finds out about that paper. He had now found a way to go back to the ritual. He now wanted all the pieces of that paper doll which they tore and reached here. Here everyone had their pieces, but Naomi did not have it, because Naomi had kept her piece of paper in her diary, and her diary was lost. But fortunately, only Shinozaki got that diary. Now Shinozaki gives Naomi a piece of paper, saying that it is a torn piece of the SAM doll. Although we saw that she was lying, she did this because she is jealous of Naomi, because Satoshi loves Naomi, and Shinozaki wants to live with Satoshi. She knew that if Naomi's piece was fake, she would not be able to go to the real world, and in this way, Shinozaki and Satoshi will live together. Anyway, after giving this piece, Shinozaki goes with her partner to both the souls, whose tongues she had got from the fridge. As they take these tongues, both souls become happy. As their body is complete, the school gets light, but Shinozaki and her partner see that those souls are not free. They were not gone from this world, means that there was still something bothering these souls. Upon Shinozaki's question, these souls touch Shinozaki and show her a vision in which they see that the children were not killed by the soul of the school director, but the soul of that little girl killed, about whom they found out that she is missing. Not only this, that girl was still killing people, and to end the curse of this world, they had to stop the soul of that girl. Shinozaki goes with her partner to stop the soul of that girl, where we see that the soul of that girl has already caught Satoshi's sister. She had bound Satoshi's sister to her hands and feet on the bed. She first stabs an umbrella into Satoshi's sister's body before cutting her tongue with a scissor. By the time Shinozaki and her partner reached here, that girl's soul has done all this. Seeing this, Shinozaki was left speechless. When she regains consciousness, Shinozaki immediately picks up Satoshi's sister and runs away from there. And we see that the soul of that girl was laughing from behind, as if she was happy to do this. Shinozaki and her partner now face the director's soul, who now wants to kill Shinozaki. But Shinozaki's partner faces that soul to save her, and here he is beaten by the soul. After removing him from the way, this soul again turned towards Shinozaki. Once again her partner got up with courage, picked up a stick lying nearby and stabbed that soul's body. Thus, that soul died and Shinozaki also survived, but unfortunately, he could not survive and died because of the first attack of the soul. The scene cuts and we see Satoshi and Naomi. in front of whom the soul of that evil girl has come. Seeing this, they were both scared. Satoshi runs away from here in fear, but Naomi can't run away, and she hides in a room. There was a lot of CCTV footage in this room. Seeing this, Naomi remembers her friend who was killed in the washroom. Now to find out the reason for her death, when the CCTV footage is reversed, she lost her mind to see that she had killed her friend, not because her friend had cheated her, but because that evil girl's soul had completely possessed Naomi. Because of this, Naomi killed her friend. Seeing this, she started crying. She was regretting how she could kill her best friend. She apologizes to her friend while weeping and says, "I never wanted to kill you, but I don't know how I did all this." She was talking this when suddenly her friend's soul followed her, who tells her, "I know you didn't do it on purpose, that's why I forgave you." Then Naomi sees the computer screen where she saw that the evil soul was now going to attack Satoshi. She immediately went out to save him. The scene cuts and we are shown Shinozaki sitting numb at a place with Satoshi's sister's body at that time. A soul writes a message for her, in which it was written, "You go to the basement." Here Naomi, who had come to save Satoshi, seeing Naomi, that soul left everything here and ran away, and then Naomi found out that the locket she had picked up from the ground, perhaps the soul had run away. Seeing it, as they open the locket, they get to see a vision. The vision of the past that had all the mysteries of this world. The evil girl's mother was the school nurse, who was pushed from the stairs by the school director and killed, and that girl had seen this. The girl had seen her mother being murdered. The director also found out about this, and then the director also strangled the girl and killed her. Then to hide these two murders, the director hid the dead bodies of both of them in the basement, and just from that day, that girl's soul had started wandering inside the school, and the curse had begun. Gradually, the girl's anger increased so much that because of her anger, a parallel universe was formed here. After knowing this story, Naomi understands that if they calm the anger of that girl's soul, then they can succeed in fixing everything. Anyway, they now see the pendant again, and their vision continues where they see that after death, that girl's soul bothered the director a lot. That's why the director went to the basement and cut off that girl's tongue, and to take revenge for this, now this girl cuts off the tongue of whoever she kills. Anyway, now these two go to the basement to solve this matter, where they also found Shinozaki. As they go there and see that girl's dead body, it suddenly sat alive, and Satoshi was completely scared. While panicking, he picked up a big stone and started hitting that girl's head hard until her head was crushed. Naomi and Shinozaki got scared seeing this. Naomi said, "Stop it, Satoshi." Satoshi couldn't see what she could. Satoshi was possessed by a wicked soul and killed her sister as a result, and when this thing is realized, he trembles. Meanwhile, that girl's soul starts stabbing Naomi from behind with scissors and says, "I will kill you all so that my mom does not remain alone in the world of souls." Hearing this, Naomi immediately shows her intelligence and tries to talk to this soul. She says, "Look, your mom will never want to kill anyone. If you are taking revenge from us, then this is not right." But this soul does not listen to her. She was about to attack Naomi again when Naomi brought the pendant in front of her this time, because of which she had disappeared earlier. When this pendant was opened, we saw that pendant had a photo of that girl and her mom. Seeing this pendant, that soul becomes emotional and remembers her mom. As she remembers her mom, she feels that her mom is hugging her from behind. That girl's anger subsided as she realized her mother's love, and so did the curse. As the curse is lifted, the world begins to break. Before the world was completely over, they had to get out of here. Naomi slaps Satoshi and wakes him up and tells him to run away from here. They look for the page through which they can go back to their world. All three now do the incantation, means they do the opposite of the ritual, and to go back to their world, they mix the pages of that doll present with them. As they do this, the ground shakes, they see a bright light, and finally, they reach their world, their school. As they come to the world, Naomi is shown first, although she had a fake paper, and we also see Shinozaki sitting next to her. They were both clutching Satoshi's hand in the other universe. In the actual world, we can see that Satoshi has one hand in Naomi's hand and the other in Shinozaki's, and he could not come to this real world. It was because Satoshi did not have the real doll's paper. He had seen Shinozaki being cunning, that she was not giving Naomi the real paper. That is why he altered his paper with Naomi under the excuse. In this way, Naomi entered the real world. He gave up himself for his love. And Shinozaki's entire scheme failed. She will be sad for the rest of her life, because she lost her love as a result of jealousy. Here the story concludes.